Good evening. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I thought Slim had a pretty good chance of winning the match, but I didn't think it was be that one-sided. Now, this is pretty cool being able to have two of them. Good thing I've got an internal browser. Pretty cool being able to have two of them. Which is a real pain in the ass to do, by the way. I don't know. So Fox is broken off, and Mooncake's got a piece of corn out there, and he went for it, and that's going to cost them. Oh, he should have read it. Oh my God. Oh, Fox has got to be going crazy. Mooncake took a length of the table shot at a red extended out from the rack, smashed the rack, missed the shot, balls went all over, and he should have read in. And he got a shot on the block. Fox has got to be livid after that. That was something else. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was the luckiest thing I've seen. And then Mooncake misses. Okay, well, I guess there's some justice in the world. If he would have run like a 70 or something off of that, that would have been tragic. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a valid rating. That one may not have been adjusted and it needed to. I mean, at one point I had a problem with the point games and I might not have ever adjusted his. That may be too high. Or, maybe he plays that good. I doubt it. Yeah, no, I think that's one that should have been reset and somehow missed out. But yeah, Mooncake got unbelievably lucky and then didn't take advantage of it. He made one black and that was it. Then he missed the next red. It was a risky shot to shoot at, and then he got very lucky. And the thing about getting lucky is it doesn't do you any good if you can't take advantage. Yeah, problem with really good players is they usually make something from it. Yeah, I mean that's why it's at the high level it's luck can be very devastating. That's why nine ball is such a shitty game for pros because there's just way too much luck in it, and nobody likes losing from luck. Well, because you said you were going to play in it, but you said that after last Friday night nine ball. He's assuming you played in the last one. Well, you should just answer it with the truth. I had a perfect record. I never lost. I never lost a game. Yeah. I gotta go check on something. I'll be back in a couple.
Yes, I was muted. Apologies for that. Yeah, I'd muted it at the when I finished the last stream, and I forgot to switch it back on. So it should be coming through loud, if not clear. Well, Mooncake's visit didn't last long. Welcome to Tommy. Good evening. So, just a reminder, guys, for you guys that maybe showed up late or you're maybe not in VP4, we've got this one loss side match tonight. Earlier on, we had the match between Jose and One Pocket Slim, Jose McEwen, and Slim comfortably won that match. That was a one-loss side match as well. I think he won 4-1 at the end of it, and Jose did well to get one, to be brutally honest. And then we've got this match, but also we have a match on the Bankpool World Championship, and it is underway right at this moment in time. And I've got that on in the background on the internal browser. We've got Slim, One Pocket Slim is doing commentary on that on his Twitch channel. If you want to drop into that, you just go to Twitch. And what's happening here? Is that somebody phoning me there? What the hell was my phone doing there? Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, you can go to Slim's Twitch channel, or go to Twitch and just type in One Pocket Slim, and you can watch that match there. But you can also stay here, and I'll tab in to the match. We won't have any volume from it, but you'll be able to see the score and that sort of stuff. The important information will be at hand. And he's playing Sergeresh right now. And meanwhile, Mr. Fox back at the table, and these reds are getting ever more spread. And if you can move the cue ball and get on a colour each time, you should be running the table.
Yeah, well, neither one of these guys has taken advantage of this table so far.
Well, I would expect him to score a bucket load here. I mean, this is just move the cue ball in the general area. You've got to be on a red or on a colour. I don't think he wants to pot the black, though. Let me have a look at the black spot. Yeah, he doesn't want to pot the black at any time in the future, the way it's sitting near its
Yeah, and there we go again. Another hung ball. I mean, they're both doing this. They're both missing balls, and they're just both struggling a little on this big table. Well, he is going to pot the black, and that red may go from the other side. If he draws this back, that red may go. I think it will. I think he can. Yeah, I think he can shoot the red in the same pocket.
It will. Yeah, he's trying to come in behind it. That's a nice little shot.
Yeah, that was very well done. Yeah. Mooncake showing a little touch of class there, and you know, he's a pretty good player from what I've seen in the past. It's just he's just another one of these guys that, you know, just needs to learn how to clean his game up a little. And Fox, we all know Fox has modes where he plays great. Unfortunately, he doesn't get in that mode enough, which kind of reminds me of somebody I know.
Mm-hmm. So the other main problem for the guys, and this is where I've got a bit of sympathy for them, is they don't play snooker. Simple as that. You know, Mooncake never plays snooker. Whenever he turns up in VP4, it's, you know, on Friday night 9-ball, that's it. So this is sort of finding your feet playing this game. Mr. Fox hasn't got an excuse because he's regularly played snooker over the years, both
Yeah.
here and VP3.
I got Slim Stream up too, and I'm watching what Stubbs going to win this match, but he's playing the wrong way. He's just not protecting the cue ball at all when he has easy opportunities to. And that's a sure way not to win at Banks. I just, you know, but I kind of expected that out of him. You know, I'll tell you something that is a little interesting about, you know, watching people try to play Banks. One of the problems they have is they don't know how to move the cue ball off of shooting a bank. Like when you start playing a lot of one pocket where you have to control the cue ball and you do shoot a lot of banks, you learn to move the cue ball. And moving the cue ball off a bank is, it's actually a lot different than moving it off of just a straight a ball that you're shooting in the pocket. It is different, and I think part of the problem is people don't know where the cue ball is going when they shoot bank shots, and if you don't know where it's going, it could be hard to protect it, and that may be another reason.
Wouldn't you be? I mean, again, I don't play banks, but I'm thinking, you know, if you're playing bank shots and again, you're talking about trying to control the cue ball, would you not be doing a fair bit of checking the cue ball up to try and hold it off the rail and kill it?
You would, I mean, but you also can spin it and let it run. Like a very typical shot is you bank it, and maybe the object ball is pretty close to the rail, and you let the cue ball take off and run around the table. A lot of players don't understand how to let the ball run around the table where it's going to go. Even players that do haven't done that a lot with banks. And then the just like, well, I'm just going to shoot this bank and stop it, you know, stop the cue ball. Well, that can be difficult for players too, because if they're used to rolling the cue ball all the time, and now all of a sudden they're shooting like a stun shot in the bank, it changes the angle the object ball comes off of. So, you know, then all of a sudden they're missing the bank. So it's, you know, it's a lot more complex than it seems initially, because to actually move the cue ball off of bank shots, you know, it changes how you have to aim the bank, any kind of English, speed, whatever. I mean, so it's a much more complicated game than just making a bank. You know, it's not just a matter of can I make the shot. You've got to be able to move the cue ball, whether you're trying to run multiple balls or just, you know, play a two-way and protect it. Oh, that was trash.
Hang on a minute. That keeps the break going. He's going for the double, the treble again, but he's going to foul the blue, but that won't matter. That's a good little contribution from Mooncake.
It's done.
Yeah, 1-0
Fox may shoot a couple just to, nope, he just resigned. So it's 4 balls apiece, and over in the banks, and Sergaresh has a chance to win the game here. He's got what I would consider a fairly easy bank on this 6 ball.
Yeah, it definitely is. You just got to get the right pace. Perfect.
See, the reason why Stubb can't beat players he's calling noobs is because Stubb's more of a noob than they are. You know, he's playing this game completely the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's interesting. I mean, I think this match with Fox and Mooncake is going to be a very good match, because I actually think Fox is the favorite in this, but Mooncake's up. So, Either I've read this wrong or it's going to turn into a good match.
Well, as I've said, I've never been all that impressed with how Mr. Fox has played in these tournaments. I'm talking about the snooker ones. The last one he was in,
Yeah.
he was awful.
Well,
And, you know, he's in the one-loss side at the moment, and he's finding himself 1-0 down and having to produce the goods now. He's going to have to dish up.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Mooncake's the favorite.
Well, that wasn't exactly great where he's landed now. He's in no man's land here.
Well, I think he was probably trying to get on the red down by the rail. He's got a shot here. He can get to the blue. You shoot that in the side pocket, middle pocket, and get on the blue. He way overrolled that. Well, he's probably shooting something else now.
No.
Well, he could shoot the blue. We'll see. I mean, the problem is this blue's pretty straight in, so I'm not sure where he's going with the cue ball.
Yeah, and he's dead
he's
going to
shoot the yellow
as well. So the red behind the black is the target.
Did he hit this hard enough?
Yeah, he's good.
He got there. Okay.
He's good to go. Just a little dink in and back up for the black. Now, this is where he has to make a decision right now, whether he wants to get good in the black to try and disturb something, because I don't think he's got much else to go for here, and that ain't good enough. He's dead straight, the wrong side slightly. He's got the one red at the back of the bunch again. Well, that has worked out not bad. He's okay. He's in, well, as long as you've still got a red to keep you going, that's all that matters. Now, well, if he takes the pink, he's only going to come back and leave that exposed red, I think. That's all he has to make sure he can see.
Yeah, this is looking like it could be Fox's rack here. He's just got to figure out how to get to a red. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot available here. And he's a little bit straight on this black, which is not going to help things.
Let's have a look around and see how that looks. Yeah, that's not much. There's not much going to go from here unless there's something in the. There's nothing set anywhere looking at those reds.
It looks like he's just going to play safe here.
Yeah, cut and run to the long grass. Oh, that's
he hit that pretty hard there.
Wow, a touch like a sledgehammer there.
Yeah, he ripped that thing. Well, he could regret this because nothing's going to pop out here unless he hits this really way too thick. I mean, I think this is a pretty easy to get a line to come back here for the brown or yellow.
Yep, ideal for that. Although at the moment he's not lined up that way. He is now, I think.
He's lined up pretty thick. You can hit you don't have to baby this, but you don't want to hit it too thick. That's pretty good there.
Now, if it gets behind the yellow, it blocks off that right side, and that's excellent as far as that goes.
Oh yeah, he's got the very left side he can get to. But that was a pretty good shot there. That thing rolls up a little more, and it was like real trouble.
Now he's got to get this one thin, because again, if he hits it thicker, he's going to push that red onto the back rail and over the pocket, and he's got it thin enough, and that was well done also. And this is nice. I mean, it's not got any cover behind a ball, but it's still good enough distance. Now the only danger here for Mooncake is running into the blue. If he wants to try and come down that side, he might just try and keep it narrow. Yeah. And that's a good line as well. I like that. I like that. Excellent.
Yeah, now that's he is snookered. He is snookered on everything here, so he's going to have to kick. That was a very good shot.
Well, going off the left side, I don't know that the angle's there. I think the brown's in the way. And the danger there is the red behind the black. Because if you bump into that left corner, you're going to leave that red on. So that's the one he's playing. And I think he'd settle for that. There's nothing particularly easy left. There's a shot to nothing to get up table.
And I'm sure that's what's happening there. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting match. I mean, Mooncake's certainly not out of this game at this point, and yeah, Fox gets down 2-0, he could be in trouble. Wow, and that was aggressive. I'm not sure that was smart. You know, because what's he got? I mean, I think he's got the pink in the middle, and that's it.
No,
Oh, he's on a red. My bad.
Red. Yeah. The
What
red
did he shoot? Oh, he must have shot the pink there, huh?
Yeah, he shot the pink.
Okay.
Now, I don't know why he's taking that one, but anyway, that worked. I thought he would have took the other one to get up for the blue.
Well,
he's gone too far now.
He's okay. He's showing that he can back at the ball. I mean, the Reds are sitting so good that unless you get unlucky here, you got to be a little careful about rubbing off that red by the black and going in off. That's the one danger here. You got to hit this at a speed where you don't do that. See how that thing ran?
Yeah.
And if he would have cut that enough to make the ball, then it was doing pretty close to what I was saying. I saw that was going to be real close where it could rub and go off. I don't know if that's a terrible miss.
Yeah, well,
I mean, there's no way he should have missed that ball.
It's now in Mr. Fox's hands. He's got to respond. Admittedly,
I don't know if
he's got work to do with some of the reds, though.
Maybe Mooncake saw the potential to rub off that red and go in off, and that bothered him. But, you know, I mean, if you're in that situation, all you got to do is stun that blue a little and make sure that you don't go to that side of the red, that you run into the black, or, you know, I mean, there was really no excuse for that. And I think that's sort of the way both of these guys are, is they're going to miss balls that you don't expect them to miss. And the guy that doesn't do that as much is the guy that's going to win this match.
Well, this red that he's, I think he's only got one option really. I mean, he could cut the one that's on the left-hand side near the rail, but the other one that's in the open, the one that he's now looking at, is the one that he has to get the cue ball out of there. He needs to get through the gap and miss a collision, and he's now dead in the water, I think. Or is he? I know he can get the pink. He's got the pink. And Mooncake just gave up a great opportunity when he missed that blue. He had an opportunity to win this game, and now he unless he gets a gift back, he's losing. Oh boy, that was commentator curse. Yeah. And there it is, the gift back. I mean, that's what we've seen from both these guys. Mooncake's actually looked a little better, but you know, it's just weird where, you know, he's back cutting balls and looking like he's, you know, very comfortable potting balls on this table, and then he misses something easy. I'll tell you something, he'll do well to get much more to get much more than 10 or 12 points here. He's going to struggle where the colours are sat. Everything's up and down table here, and the reds aren't great.
Well, yeah, he's
now
just the end of it pretty quick. Well, the thing is that the black does go in both of these corner pockets. So,
oh yeah, it does.
I think there's a chance to make a lot of points, and the spot's open too. Now there are some issues with the getting on the block because of the two reds right there. I mean, it's not going to be completely free, but that was a pretty good shot there. He's going to be able to get on the block from here. See if he hits this with a little inside or whether he just hits it straight. He is going with a little inside, which is, I think, what you need here. And well done, right in the heart. Yeah, it's funny because you watch these guys for a few shots and they look like they can really play, and then they miss a ball that you never would expect them to miss. And I mean, it's hard. It just shows you how hard this game can be. Well, I'm not sure what he's going to do here because he's not going to be good on anything unless he just takes a chance. Well, he did, and that was a nice shot.
It doesn't really matter now because there's only, what, 43 left in the table. A black still to come, so it's one frame all.
It's done. Let's see. Over in the other room, it's 2-1 stub as far as the game count, but it's 3-1 this game for Surgress. Now it's 4-1 for Surgress, so it looks like it's going to be a tie match here. And Stubb may be finding out that winning this bank tournament may not be quite as easy as he thought.
Isn't that the same story every time, Steve? Suddenly, in the cold light of day, things don't seem quite as simple. But
yeah, well, Surgress, my impression of him is that he's kind of a cool customer, and he's
yeah, he ain't no mug. That's the one thing. He's not a sucker, and he's looking reasonably good at the moment in that fourth rack.
Yeah, the thing about bank pool is, guys can run balls. It's never over. I see if Stubb tries to protect the cue ball.
Oh, I've just Slim moved the chat up there so I could see what Stubb said, and Stubb said Steve's been pissing with the rails. You're getting the blame again.
Well, but it's kind of the nature of bank pool because you go in, you play some practice, or you play somebody, you're just making everything, and then you get in a match and it's like nothing's going in. And that's what bank pool's like. I mean, I've had it happen to me. I've watched it happen to great players. It just seems like sometimes they just don't want to go in the hole.
Yeah.
Because banking's a little fickle. Nobody banks great all the time. And Stubb is thinking something changed, but the reality of it is that he's just not quite on, or he's letting stuff get to him mentally.
I mean, the thing is that banks must change fractionally day to day, especially if you were regularly playing banks and not necessarily in the same pool hall. Banks change slightly from table to the table, don't they? With the table conditions, how it's coming off the rail.
Yeah, it's not just table to table and different balls or any of that, but it's just, I'll tell you the thing that affects banks the most is humidity.
Yeah.
So what happens is, especially here where most of the pool rooms are conditioned, that, I mean, early in the day it's real humid and, the air conditioner is not on, and then the air conditioner comes on and everything changes, and it greatly affects the rails. The rails are affected more by humidity than any other part of the table. And when it's humid, they're a lot more sticky. Yeah. So it's, banks in real life are actually, condition-wise, more difficult than virtual pool. Because we don't have humidity in the model. I mean, I could put it in there, but, my experience with players is that most players don't want that. They don't want to have the rails changing because it's more humid or less humid or the air conditioning came on. Players want more consistency than that. I mean, I could put it in so that the dirt on the ball, catches, you get clingers, or, where the ball skids and things like that. But again, it's probably the realism is probably going to generate more complaints than it is kudos for the game. So,
well, the one thing that a lot of them, I say a lot of them, 2 or 3 of it over the years have asked for rail compression, and that's a thing.
Yeah, and that's probably worth doing. because the timing of the rails changes a little with that.
So we're 1 frame apiece in this match. And of course, Mooncake's apologising to Mr. Fox because he stayed at the table there to pot some balls. You're doing nothing wrong doing that. And if it puts your opponent off, then all the better. That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of an interesting thing about snooker because pool you don't have that opportunity to
mess your opponent about.
Well, just if you're struggling, you want to hit some balls. Now, I've seen people go over to some side table during their match and hit balls, which, in a lot of tournaments, that's not legal. And I don't think it's right to do that. I have never, ever done that.
I mean,
but,
in the snooker tournaments over here, I mean, say, for example, it's a race to 9, a race to 5. So it's like best of 9 frames. They'll have the first 4 frames, they'll go for an interval. Now, if one of the guys is struggling, maybe both of them, in the interval they'll go into the practice room and practice some shots and stuff, but that's perfectly within their rights to do that. But I wouldn't imagine, I couldn't imagine playing in a pool tournament and then thinking, oh, I'm playing crap. By the way, now that it's not my shot, I'm going onto that table to bang a few balls.
Yeah, that's really not right. But practice is typically allowed if your opponent takes like a bathroom break. You can stay on the table.
Yeah, and just pot a few.
Hit balls.
Keep your arm in. Right, I'm going to do they're just right at the beginning of this third rack, so I'm going to do a quick tab and see how things are going. Slim's all over the place here with the camera. What's he doing? Well, it's still 4-2 to Sergaresh. And
well, they've been playing a lot of safeties here.
Now you see,
so
Stubbs
they've been shoving balls around.
Yeah,
Stubbs about to lose.
He's just left a bank on,
Oh God, that was a terrible shot. He should have won right there. Oh boy, there goes in off for Mr. Fox.
Well, this is going to be a safety battle for a little while, I would imagine, until something pops out and somebody's brave enough.
Well, he's shooting the wrong shot there, but he hit it good. He should have shot the 3-railer. He hit it real good.
Right, let's have a quick look at the pack and see if there's anything that's set anywhere. Not really.
Yeah, he should have shot the 3-railer on the 8-ball there. He should, that's another thing is learn to shoot the right shots. And I can tell like Sergaresh hasn't played a lot of banks because he's missing banks that most players are going to make.
That was almost very good there by Mr. Fox. See, this is the thing about snooker. You've got a target area for your safety shot. And trying to get behind that green, there's still plenty of room to get behind it. Now, is that red at the back of the pack there loose? Now, here would be a crazy shot. Now, back in the day, that red that's to the right of the pack, somebody would be smashing that and thumping it in and hoping they got in the colour. I don't think Mr. Fox is that crazy. This needs to be, I think he needs a bit of left on this. Oh no, I don't know what he's doing here. That was awful. I think he's left the red on. I mean, he's hit that all wrong. He's 6 foot short of where he wanted the cue ball to be. And pink's on into the side.
Well, Stubb has just won the 4th rack.
So he's 3-1 up now. So Sergaresh must have set it up for him then.
Sergaresh scratched, shot the wrong shot, double kissed it, ended up scratching. And boy, Mooncake didn't get things to come apart the way he wanted to there. Well, that's rough. I'd be going behind the 3-ball right here. the green.
Well,
that's the shot here. Just take it right behind that green, and that's what he's playing for. Yeah, he didn't get there.
Well, this is one, the outside red, you can cut it to the corner and duck for cover.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he's going to do. And there's plenty of cover. I mean, it's pretty natural to come right behind the green here. I mean, I don't think you have to do anything with the cue ball.
Now, if he's going to miss this, he wants to overcut it.
He looks like he's put a little English on it, which I didn't think he needed.
Yeah, he's overcut it. And he's again,
yeah, but see, the speed is
he's way
no
too
good.
heavy. You never saw his shot that left Mooncake in? Did you see that shot? The cue ball finished level with the blue, and the outside red on the right side of the pack was on for Mooncake to get started. So Mr. Fox's touch is way off. Well,
that was an aggressive shot.
That's welcome to the party. Look at the
and there he shit one in again. He shit one in again. That's the second time he's. That's you missed it at the beginning. That Fox broke and he shot a shot. Mooncake shot a shot just like that. Rattled the ball out of the pocket and shit one in the same exact thing.
And look at the way the Reds are sitting now. He'll make a bucket load here.
But what happened is Mooncake only made one black and that was it. I mean, he missed the next red, so he didn't take advantage. But yeah, I mean that's got to be frustrating when guys are shitting balls in.
Well, hang on a minute. I think he's trying his best to muck this up straight away here.
Yeah. Oh, this is exactly what he did last time. Is he screwed up?
He's doing the semi-pro wiggle there.
He's got the shot, but you know. If you miss one of these, all right, he's okay. Now this is one of the problems with the game of snooker. Now I will say that at the high level, you probably don't see this too much because guys aren't typically going to shoot a shot like that. But I'm sure it does happen, and you know, if you're playing somebody in a tournament and they shit one in and that costs you the tournament match, yeah, you're not going to be happy.
No, I mean, it does happen. The only difference is in professional snooker, one fluke and the guy clears the table. That's the difference.
Yeah, and you know, really, snooker should be a call shot game. It really should be.
Here we go. I knew it was coming. I knew it was
coming.
Well,
no, I mean, I don't, other than foul and miss, I don't bag on the rules a lot, but I think at the professional level especially, snooker should be a call shot game because, you know, the luck element is, I can guarantee if you talk to the pros, very few of them are going to tell you that, yeah, they like the way it is and they like the fact that you can shit balls in. I mean, I know with the pool players, they don't like 9-ball for exactly that reason. Is that they don't want to end up losing matches because somebody shit balls in.
Well, in the pro game, it's not an infrequent occurrence, but in the pro game, you know, I've watched enough snooker over 40 odd years to have seen it a good few times where the player has actually played a great safety shot. The incoming player can't find a way back to balk. And the balls are like sort of spread and there's maybe a cluster. I've seen a pro just have a good smack at the reds to hope he gets a fluke because he doesn't see any other option. They've done that 2 or 3 times and on the odd occasion it has worked. But,
sure, I mean it's going to work sometimes. It's not a good strategy overall, but sometimes, you know.
It's a desperate measure, you know, when you're in a frame where you're probably almost dead and buried in the frame. And you can't see a safety, and so you just give it a bang and hope, and you move a lot of reds and hope one goes into a hole. I've seen it happen.
Well, is Fox squaring up here? It looks like it. Fox, he's lucky he's got this red out there because that wasn't a good shot.
See, the thing I would have been thinking about was the fact that putting the black on its spot ties up a couple of reds or makes it awkward. I would have been more likely to try and get that pink, because there was reds over pockets. I would have tried to get that pink on its spot earlier, and at least have a high colour to work with at that end of the table. Now the black's dead.
Yeah, it's Fox. Fox was given this, but you know, this was more, I think, of not playing much snooker, that not understanding how he needs to manage the colors.
I think he's overhit that as well. Oh, he's overhit it, but that red at the back there.
That should be good. Yeah. Now, you either got to play up for the pink or blue, or decide how you're going to get the black out. And I don't see a good opportunity for moving the black and getting a shot on it. I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't come up with it, but it really doesn't look very good. I think he needs to play up for the pink or the blue here.
Yeah, he's got to nudge this in and get the cue ball moving.
That's pretty good.
Well, now he can play the green and get on the red that he was originally trying to get on in the last shot, which is the one that's in the extreme outside nearest the pocket here. This is the one he's playing for. But he's going to have to get that cue ball travelling a fair bit to keep this run. He's done it again. Oh, now he's got lucky. And now he's going to be Chinese snookered over the blue. Almost, I think. No, I think he's fine.
Yeah, he may come up with a shot on the pink on this if he hits it firm enough to go back and forth. I don't think he's going to hit it easy enough to stop it, but he could come back off the end rail and back down. That's what I'd be thinking about here, because it's just natural. You just make the ball and let the cue ball go back and forth. No, he hit it easy. That speed's nothing.
Well, that's going to end up no man's land.
Well, that's what you don't want to do. I mean, I would have tried to do something to bring it back off the end rail, because it's going to be very difficult to get it to stop anywhere good.
Well, I think I know what I'd be doing. I'd be nailing that right into the brown. Yeah. Now, you see, he played that as a miscue, and you'll see that in the pro game as well. When they're tip-tapping, you'll see players miscuing to just skim the cue ball onto the ball.
And that's a touching ball.
Yeah, and now he's cut off virtually all the angles to make it easy to get to these reds. And this is really, really tough for Mooncake.
I'm not sure what he's going to do here, but I mean, obviously it's got to be a 2 or 3 rail kick.
Yeah, I'll tell you something else. There could be a bucket load of foul points coming here for Mr. Fox, because he'll just put them back in. Yep, he's just going to stick them back in.
I don't know what that was. That was not a...
Well, that was... let's call that a sighter, Steve. He'll get a better one the next time he has a go at it, because he can get put back in again.
I don't know why he's not trying the 2 rail kick, end rail, side rail, because that's the easiest one.
Yeah, he's looking at it now. Well, he's not. He's looking at going up and down. I don't like this. He's done it again. He's got to use the 2 rails to make the angle.
Well, you want to give, you know, depending on what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to hit them, then, you know, the 2 railer is definitely the best shot. I could see trying to hit at this one outside red ball nearest the rail slowly,
yeah,
and thinking that you may not give up a shot if you do that. But he's not hitting it slowly. He's just blasting it.
So he's there, and if I put the line up on the table, it'd be something like that to go to that red. It probably would be near the side pocket. That's the only danger. He's going straight up and down again. Now he's got it. Now he's freed the black. Now he's left everything on, and it's a disaster.
That's the problem with hitting it. Now, if you hit that same shot and you hit it really easy, chances are you're not giving anything up.
Yeah.
I just don't understand that. That when you're kicking up balls and trying to get safe, and you're in that situation, you really got to think a lot about the speed you're going to hit it, and that was one you just wanted to slow roll into that. If ideally you just bump it and put it right on the rail, but even if you get it a little thin, you know, you just
I would have been rolling it dead weight. I would have rolled
Yeah,
it
what are
dead
that?
weight off 2 rails.
Yeah, there really wasn't a good shot on the other 2 reds if you did that. So the only way you could really sell out was if you bumped that red and left a shot on it. You know, you ended up both near the end rail where there was a shot is the only way you could lose.
Well, those foul points gave Mr. Fox the slight lead. He's now got the opportunity to clear the table here, basically. And he'll play the green. 11-point lead. That now goes to 14. Oh, welcome
He's probably
back.
probably going to play the brown after this, or maybe the blue.
Welcome back to Spud Boy.
Probably the brown, yeah. And yeah, Fox is if he doesn't do something dumb, he should win this frame.
So he's 15 in front. He's playing the green.
I don't like this. I'd be playing this brown every time.
Well, he can check the cue ball and still hold it nice with the yellow. But he didn't. He had a nice angle just to let it run, so everything's all good here.
Yeah. I mean, you got to expect he's going to get at least these first 3 colors and probably more.
So that's now 20 in front, and the green will leave Miss Mooncake needing a snooker, and the brown's sitting there, so it's all over. And while he's actually doing this, I'm just going to do a quick tab back to Stub. It's now 4-1 to Stub in games. It's 3-all in this 6th rack. The 8 ball is right over the corner pocket, so that's not banking anywhere. Although the 1 ball is now set up as a nice bank for Sergaresh. And he's not picked a line again. I mean, that wasn't a difficult bank on that 1 ball either.
We've got, let's see. Yeah, we don't have a lot of bank pull matches yet, but that's going to heat up a little pretty soon.
So into frame number 4. Now.
Yeah, that's Mooncake is making a lot of mistakes. So is Fox. These guys aren't really playing, but I don't know what their snooker games are like, but neither one of them is looking like it's really strong. I mean, obviously they both can pot balls. Well, and that's a big mistake there.
Whatever you do, don't hit the blue. That's the John Virgo line. And an easy starter. He needs to probably bump through to the rail and come back up for the black, or does he try to just drop it in and hold it above for the black? Let's see what he does.
It's gonna brush the right side of that red. He cannot, you know. Now that's okay. You just got to know that it's gonna do that.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And
I don't know what the hell he was trying to do with the cue ball. I mean, he was obviously wanting to get out of there. He didn't fancy the black.
Watch this. Here we go again. Every time Mooncake's had this shot, he's done that. He's blasted it. And every time he's fluked one in.
Oh, this time he
Not
hasn't.
this time. That seems to be his strategy. As I get that, I'm cranking him. You got to love it, but he's done it 3 times and hasn't, he hasn't made the ball he's shooting at yet.
He's got a good strike rate.
2 or 3, he shit one in. Let me tell you what, man. It's painful to lose like that. If somebody shits out on you, these guys aren't taking advantage of it. But
right, the pink is going to be available into the corner and the side pocket, so at least he's got something to work with. The black's not great where it's sitting, but its spot is clear.
He can move the black right now if he wants to. He's not going to do it, but he could have moved it right then if he wanted to. But, you know, he's taking a little chance on whether or not he comes up with a shot on the black or the pink if he does that. I think it's more guaranteed just try to pick off all these balls sitting out in the open.
Yeah, I think, you know, get rid of these 2 reds in bulk, and if you can get on that one on the right side and get rid of it as well, tidy it all up. at least it means you've got an area to go for safety if you need to bail out. But as long as these reds lie here, it makes it complicated to keep things safe. Oh, again, that's not great. I mean, he's left himself way short. I mean, I think he's on the yellow, but that's not where he wanted to be. He wanted to be into the table outside a bolt there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Fox is a little bit more out in control than Mooncake is, and that may be the difference in this. I mean, they've both just missed so many balls, but you got to figure that they're going to get stronger as the match goes on because they're going to get more used to the table.
Yeah. Now what does he do? Is he playing for the red on the right side of the pink, or the one on the extreme left side of the clusters of reds?
He's on a color, so it doesn't. He's not playing for either one of those.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is, where's he going next? Well, the angle he's got in the blue looks as if he's playing to the one on the right of the pink. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, and that's a good shot.
I'd still be happier. See, that red that's down this end of the table's annoying me as a player. I would want rid of that red. Because it's easy enough to roll it in and be on one of the bulk colours to tidy that area of the table up.
Yeah, he's playing for the blue here, which I think is wise. Well, but he didn't get in the spot where it's going to be very easy. He may shoot the green here.
Well, if he plays the blue, this is a 2-in-1 shot, because you can actually play for that red that's on the left-hand side of the table, or you can play for the one that's on the right rail, the one that I'm talking about.
This could be perfect if it goes a little further. He didn't get there. If he went a little further, he could have opened up the block.
Yeah, just the wrong side.
Yeah, but you know, he's got the pink. He can wear the pink out here. Boy, that wasn't hit quite as hard as he meant.
Again, he's just not stroking the ball at all. He's not getting into it. He's left it.
Well, he's okay, but I mean, yeah, he needed to pull that back a couple more inches.
See, I put shots like that down to table time. You know, if you're regularly playing snooker, then you stroke the ball the right way to get that cue ball to come out more. But anyway, he's recovered, although he's on the cushion.
Well, this one he's going to have to hit pretty hard.
Well, I think he just needs to stun this in, but he's looking to just bump through the gap there to leave the pink.
I think he was playing for the black. Boy, he didn't get there.
Yeah.
Well, now he's going to have to shoot the blue.
It's a struggle.
You know, it was an interesting idea. I thought he'd stun up for the pink, but that was an interesting idea, trying to get on the black there. Boy, that would have really made it easy.
Oh, good evening to Semi Pro. By the way, Semi, I got to the final last week. Don't worry, Steve. He won't have the common sense to go and check the calendar. He won't look at the tournament result last week. The match so far, well, we've got Fluky Mooncake trailing by 2 racks to 1 at the moment. Mr. Smack a Red and burst the reds open and get a fluke. Also, if we tab to the external browser, we can see that Stubb is now 4-2 up. Sergeresh won that 6 rack in the bank pool match. Stubb is on -1. Sergeresh is on 3, so Sergeresh at the moment is looking good, but Stubb with a fairly straightforward bank in the 8 ball smacks that in. So Stubb trying to get back, well, he's back to level par now. Meanwhile, we've got Mr. Fox on a break of 38. And now he's bumped the red closer to the rail.
Yeah, it's not over yet, but it's getting close to being over. I mean, this table's just so good. If he doesn't do something stupid, he's going to win this frame and be up 3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sitting awful good. Oh, that's terrible.
No,
As soon as I say that, that's a commentator curse.
He's
That's
probably playing for
terrible.
the one to the left of the black anyway, so he can just come back up to the pink again.
You're right. I was thinking he was on a color.
And he's underhit that as well. Slightly.
Well,
he's okay because you just drop this in and you're on the red.
Yeah.
Now what he wants to do is he wants to try and somehow, I don't know whether he can pot this red and get on the black. It's too shallow an angle. I don't think he can do much to maneuver
he's perfect
these reds.
There. He's perfect there. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to maneuver him right now. He's gonna shoot this red and stop it. He's gonna shoot the black, and then he's gonna shoot the red maybe along the rail.
Well,
although I don't know if I'd do that.
I'm thinking about the fact that he's first of all he's looking to secure the frame. Second of all, we're looking to try and get the high run of the tournament here because he's on 50.
Yeah.
What's he on now? 57. He's got 63 with the pink. He might take the top red, the one that's in the table. Can he get to that? That's tight.
I don't think so. It's real tight.
So now he's looking to, and again he's underhit it. I mean, he's way short by a foot.
You know, I'll tell you what the shot here is: the billiard. The billiard is available on that. Matter of fact, it's close enough you can just shoot it, and it's either going to billiard or it's going to cut in, one or the other.
Well, semi-pro's now sweating because Mr. Fox does have a chance here to get the high run. Now, just to refresh your memory, Steve, remember what I said about this red that's in the right? I know he scuppered the black.
Well, but here's the same thing again, and I see players do this in pool a lot, where the speed's tough on the shot. It's hard to control the speed of the cue ball. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is extend that line it's running on and go off more rails. All you got to do is hit that harder, go off the end rail, and bring the cue ball back down the table. Instead, he's trying to hold the cue ball, and it caused him to miss the black.
Yeah, that was a great chance there.
You got to let the cue ball run sometimes.
Well, you see, I was getting ahead of myself because I was going to say that maybe he's going to regret leaving that red on the right rail, the one that was near the right rail, but missing the black ruined the chances there. So the run ended on 64.
Well, here we go again. Get ready for a blastola. This is what he did. The opening shot of the rack was this. He's going to crank this. That's just. Oh, he didn't do it. Well, that's the first time he hasn't hit one hard.
And I think I'm right in saying that there was still 3 reds left in the table there, so there was still 51 points in the table, and Mooncake conceded. I wouldn't have conceded. Not with 51 points and 3 reds still in the table. I would have kept the last red and went for snookers. Well,
Mooncake's playing more of a conventional game here where he's not going crazy. He's come up a little bit funny here, but he should be okay. I mean, this red is natural to get back for the pink or the blue. You don't really have to do a whole lot.
By the way,
he's stunning this more than I would, and there he misses it. I don't get that. He didn't need to go down on the cue ball that much.
This guy Chiku, Steve, who signs up for these tournaments, I don't think he's ever played in one. He had a match today with, who was it? Was it Bank? I can't remember. Was it Bankster? Who was he playing? He was supposed to play this afternoon at the same time, I think, as the match I was streaming with Slim and Hosey, and he never showed up again. I don't know whether he knows how these actually work, these tournaments. What's the point in somebody signing up, paying their $V, and then just not showing up every time? I don't think he's ever completed a tournament. And I wonder if he's from South America or one of those countries, whether his English is any good to... next time I see him, I'm going to have a word with him and see whether he knows what's going on. Because it's a waste of time signing up, losing your wee dollars and not being able to show up for the tournament, or he doesn't check his emails, one of the two, I don't know. But he's obviously getting emails through and agreeing to a time. But I don't think he's ever fulfilled a tournament where he's actually played a match. I've yet to see it. Oh dear, here we go. Now, again, we're right at the beginning of this frame, so I'm just going to tab and have a look and see what's going on here. Stub is 4 apiece here. This is the... well, he's went for the crossbank, Sergresh, and that was unlucky.
Yeah, and this is a pretty standard 2-railer. I don't know if Stubb knows how to shoot this, but this is a 2-railer.
Well,
yeah, he is playing it, so this is a shot to play. May need to hitting this a little left English will help it.
Well, that's nowhere near it.
Yeah, and
well, this obviously banks up and down. You've just got to cut across the line the right way.
But that's the thing, is you're not used to shooting those kind of banks, then they're pretty tricky. And I wouldn't say that I shoot, tons of multi-rail banks, but I've played enough that I'm pretty comfortable shooting 2, 3, and 4-rail shots. Even the 5-railers, there's only one primary 5-railer you shoot much in one pocket. But there's shots you shoot in one pocket, like double kiss banks. That's a real common shot where you double kiss the ball on purpose. Another shot you shoot a lot is just kick shots. You'll kick at balls because you can protect the cue ball. There's all kinds of crazy stuff you do that you never shoot in any other games. And how many times do you ever see anybody do a double kiss bank? Now that's not legal in bank pool.
Now, is this
not allowed to do it.
Yeah, he's went for a 2-railer there into the top right-hand corner.
Yeah, it's a 3-railer.
Well, this is a good chance for Sergresh to reverse bank this into the bottom right to get another rack on the board.
Yeah, he could go to the side pocket too. I mean, you kind of got to think, where's the cue ball going? Where am I leaving the object ball? And what am I going to be giving up? No, that's not a bad place to leave it, because even though there's a shot, this bank is not that easy a bank. Yeah, this is probably less than a 50% bank, so it's not the worst miss in the world.
And where's he calling this? Into the side?
He's calling the side. Well, maybe it's not as far forward as I thought.
Is he going 2 rails around the angles into the side? I think?
No, he's just 1 railing this into the side, I think. Was he going 2 rails? No, he's just 1 railing it. Yeah. Oh boy, look at this.
Oh, cue ball.
And you see this happen a lot in bank pool, a lot more in other games, people scratching, and that's because they don't know how to move the cue ball. They don't know where it's going. You see that a lot in bank pool. The players don't play it as good as they scratch a lot.
There's a gift and a half there for Stubb. What is Slim looking to change? Are you looking to drop his mouse speed? Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that match. Meanwhile, Mooncake is in trouble here. He's right behind the green. Mr. Fox has buried him. And he's just caught the edge of the red. I think that's fairly safe.
Oh, that came out pretty good there for him. Let's see, this plant may be on though. Has he got a plant? Not really. He doesn't have any.
No.
Well, the thing is you can put this ball down on the end rail here, and there's no shot because those 2 reds don't go. You can just thin this one red and put the ball down the end rail. He's going to go. The problem with doing that is now he's going to end up table.
Well,
although he probably would have been up table with my shot too.
He's got to catch this red. No, that's is it don't get the legs, has it?
It's not wonderful, but it's not also not, you know, nobody's going to want to shoot at this, so it's going to be another safety. And
like
this gets by. This could be good.
I like the speed.
Just needed to go a little more.
Yeah, that'll do. It's covered the left-hand side of the table.
Well, Mooncake may fire at this. He's done it 3 times already. Nope. Maybe he's learned his lesson that that's not a good thing to do.
Oh, this might brush behind the pink if it's got the pace. Oh, not quite.
That was close. That would have been fortunate. And he's going to go to the... Oh, he's putting a lot. He's going to try to spin short of the blue. Well, that was a little risky. He's going to get a payoff for it.
Well, he's covered the open red. And...
I don't think that was worth shooting it the way he did. That was a little risky there.
Well, those 2 reds behind the black, that's the one he's going to be playing, because I don't think he's got any other option other than to roll into the cluster of reds. I don't like that. No, he said, oh, he shot a spot a plant. He spotted a plant. Now, what can he make from this? That's why you always have to study the clusters and do that before you make a move. And I didn't get up the table to have a look, but there was a plant on, he got it. And these reds, apart from the fact the black's more or less tied up, the pink and blue are in the open. Now, if he pots the pink is going to be well on its spot with at least 2-3 pockets available.
Boy, he didn't hit that. No, that's not really where he wanted to put the cue ball. He's trying to make this a short visit.
Yeah, that's not great.
Well, Stubbs up 5-3 in this other match. Well, I think he's got to shoot the blue here. But it's a little tricky getting a shot on the red. He's got to roll through. Well, he's not going to roll through. Okay, he's able to hold it. That's good.
See, that was a 2-in-1 shot there. If you hang the 5 ball, the blue ball, sorry, you're not leaving the red on really into that corner. You're blocking the pocket, so.
Well, maybe you should try to get the pink back on the spot. He's going to shoot the black here, but I think he's going to need the pink back on the spot before long, because.
Well, the black will be available into the other corner.
Yeah. And if he can shoot it in the other corner, then yeah, you know.
He's nice on this red as well to get back on it, so he's looking good at the moment. Doesn't want to go at the cushion though. You never want to be there and snook it.
No, because he really needs to draw this ball back.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
And of course the only thing he can really do is go forward, and he's not going to have really have a red doing that, I don't think.
Yeah, this is. He may jack up and try to spare this. And he wouldn't do that in real life, but in VP you might. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Oh, he didn't hit it. Well, I guess he's going to try to shoot this red up table or in the side or something. I mean, I'd shoot this red up table and play for the pink.
Well, the angle that he's got here, he's running up towards the blue. And now Mr. Fox knows that the black is on its spot, and he can make a handful here. So the run ends in 28.
And he's left a perfect shot to get on the black too. And this is... Fox could definitely win from here.
So of course we need to remember this is just the one lost side, so it only is a race to 4. So this could be the match winner right here. If eventually he's going to have to nudge those 2 reds, I think, unless they're set. Let's have a look. No, they're nothing like that.
Well, I think he'll play for the pink here. What's he doing? Why is he shooting that one? He should be shooting the one next to the black, and it's perfect to get on the pink. Why is he going this way? See, I don't get that. And he missed it on top of it. He should have cut the red that was next to the black because it takes the cue ball off the side rail and he's got a shot on the pink and he can get the pink back on the spot. Plus it clears the red from the black.
Well, the other thing also is he hasn't got rid of the deficit, so he's still trailing, and then whatever Mooncake can make here.
That's just he just doesn't. He must not play much snooker because it was pretty obvious what to shoot there.
Well, he's the wrong side of the blue and he's actually a bit straight, but he can stun it in firm. The only danger is he might not be able to get enough stun in it to not hook himself behind the green or brown here. He needs to be careful. So that's why he's taking the green. That's the right shot. That blue was too straight.
Yeah, he may have wanted to roll through on that more. I mean, this is kind of funny here. And that's continuing to be funny.
He didn't get into that at all. I mean, he's way short.
He should have tried to go forward on that more, and you know, if he bumped the yellow, fine. But
well, the lead is now 26. Again, he's nailed to the cushion, so normally you would stun this in and land on the black. He's trying to do that, jacking up, and he's done it well. Now a little dink back here again. Now Stubbs arrived in the room. Why is he arrived in the room? Is the match over?
I guess.
Oh, it is over. Stubbs won. Stubb won 6-3, so he's in to brag. you beat him to it.
You know what it's going to happen. I mean, it's predictable.
You know what's going to happen now. He's going to come into the stream now. He's just booting up YouTube right now.
No, that was for sure. Now he'll come into YouTube, and he's gonna spew his someplace.
Right. Well, Mooncake is now 42 in front with 43 in the table.
Yeah, he's going to spew his BS.
Now, I would hit this firm to send, well, see, that's just given Mr. Fox too many opportunities to do something with the cue ball here. You see, what I would have done there, Steve, I would have hit that firmish to send the red to the rail and back across and move the cue ball into bulk. Yeah, I would have wanted to move that well away. Well, I think he had better options than that. You know, just sending the cue ball down here is no good.
Yeah, he needed to try to get a snooker there.
But
so
obviously now, at the distance that Mooncake's at, he could just roll right onto them. But again, he's given Mr. Fox a chance to get away from these two reds and try and get in behind green and pink and whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he chose to go that way. I would have come off the other side of him. I think he had a better chance of getting safe that way.
I'll tell you
just
something
where
else.
The balls were going to go, and the fact that I think,
this is a chance to win the match. I don't know whether Mooncake's actually doing the arithmetic here, but the thing is, there's still he needs two reds and two blacks to win the match here, and he's got a red, albeit at distance. If he takes the red and comes up and gets the pink, well, he's going to have to now. He's going to have to, because he's bumped to black. He can now tie, I think. He can tie the frame, but he has to get the pink.
Well, he has to get them all.
And, well, now, with this last red, he must get the black. If my arithmetic's still working okay.
Yeah, well, he's sitting good to get the black. This is pretty natural. You just got to decide how you're going to go. He's sitting pretty good to come short of this pink with just force follow.
Welcome back to Ambient Town Browser.
Just like that. And
Anything yet but Bank Pool may have some scoring bugs in it, according to Slim.
is that a politics statement, or do you know there's scoring bugs?
Next time I'll try to remember to timestamp. Now, Hairpig's saying something about entry fee. I don't know, so clearly there is some sort of issue somewhere along the line. Good evening to Chimpy. Well, do you think? Do you think it's? Yeah.
I need to know where you think it is, because.
Slim, see if you actually review the video and you go through it and find the point where you think something isn't right, then you can, I think, right click the screen and copy the link to that particular point in the video, and then you can let Steve have a look at that.
Yeah, I need to look at it and see what it looks like.
It's easy enough to do. In fact, the only thing is, if you remember roughly what rack it was in, or there, you can fast forward through the video to get to it. The rail he banked it off was pretty close to the pocket point, which may be relevant.
Yeah, if you hit the pocket point, let's see, is that a legal bank? Yeah, I think you can play off the pocket points. I think it's legal to play off the pocket points.
That semi-pro's chat's going to disappear on my screen in a minute. He says he found a bug in Blackpool. I think he means Blackball Pool, not the town of Blackpool in Lancashire. I think in a full snooker, but I could clearly see my ball that was over the pocket. These bugs are all sprouting up.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the reasons there's still bugs is I don't have people send me stuff. Then they wait for the World Championship to do it. But I will say with bank pool, most people haven't played much bank pool. I mean, the bug that was in there where it wasn't spotting the ball was actually very surprised that thing was still in there.
Now, there's more important matters at hand here in this frame. Mr. Fox is still 22 behind. He's played a pretty good snooker, and that safety that Mooncake should have played, the one that I called, he didn't do it, and he's maybe going to pay the price here, because it could go to a black ball decider this frame, a respot.
Yeah, well, this is no gimme kick here at this brown. This is definitely.
It won't if he doesn't hit this, because then Mr. Fox won't need this.
Well, he gives up 5,
respot, and he'll give up a free ball. Maybe a free ball, no.
No, not a free ball.
Good evening to Bedhead. Yeah, I think this could work out bad for Mooncake. Welcome back to Brainfill Out. Did I say welcome to Hairpig? Welcome to Hairpig. That's another good shot.
Next time that happens, semi-pro, save the game. I mean, the picture's nice, but may not do me any good, because if I can't reproduce it, you need to save the game.
Oh, he's given 7 away this time. It's amazing how the game can turn.
Again, semi-pro, what am I going to do with it? You know, I know there's a bug there, but if I can't reproduce it, then how am I going to fix it?
Well, have you actually started VP4 since you played that game? If you haven't, then you can get the game log.
The log doesn't do any good. I need to save game. All I gotta do is save the game and send it to me, and then, you know, it's easy for me to find.
Right, oh well, probably too late for that. Well, I think this is maybe going to end up being the highest scoring frame in the tournament, the way things are going. This time Mooncake gets a hit, and he gets it safe. But a good chance again for Mr. Fox to tuck behind that pink and black. Well, again, I don't know, but that's a touch like a sledgehammer again. I haven't a clue what he's trying to do there. He hit that at an awful pace. Oh dear. And it's going to be all over, folks.
Yeah, I see your email, Semi. I might be able to reproduce that one. I mean, I could try. If I can't, then I'm going to need the game. But that one is a that one might be good enough to reproduce it from the picture.
Well, it's tight, this brown ball, but it all hinges on not the brown, but how he gets on the blue, and this looks good. It needs to just slow up. Needs to slow up. It needs to slow up. Oh dear. And Mooncake lives again. 65 apiece.
Well, I'm sure Semi-Pro that the fact that that red is blocking the left side of the
here, hang on a
yellow
minute.
has something to do with it.
Hang on a minute. Mr. Fox has fluked to blue. He's kicked and fluked to blue. Well, that's one way to get your own back on Mooncake for his flukes. Good evening to Coldest Pillow.
Yeah, well, Fox is going to actually take advantage of his fluke, though, and win the match on it.
Why was Stubbs muted? The usual. He's about to type bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just coming.
Right.
He's very consistent. He's going to start spewing off in the match.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you, Mooncake, but if you'd played the safety I was calling, you wouldn't have been in this position. You'd be very unlikely to have been, and he had the frame one, and it was pinched at the end, 83 points to 65. I don't think that'll be beaten in the tournament. Mr. Fox also had a chance of the high run, but he blew that. So he goes on. We'll have a look at the bracket.
Oh, banks are not showing any break stats. Well,
I've got to log in again.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. They may not be keeping breaks stats for. That's a good question.
Hang on a minute.
Obviously, it's not keeping them, and I'm not sure why it's not. There must have been a reason we didn't keep break stats, but it seems like it should at least have percentages you make a ball.
Right. Well, there's another match scheduled. Where's Mr. Fox on this? Right, so he's through now to play Larry. That'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to that one. Larry trying to survive. And over on the winner's side, top to bottom, I've got the wrong mouse plugged in because this one's dead slow when it scrolls. Albinarius through to play semi-pro. That's the high run's bound to go in that match, surely. And we have Barker's waiting on the winner of the match between Hazeric and Rossi. That's the one that Slim's going to cover at the weekend or whenever it is. It's at 1 AM in the morning. And then, of course, the winner of that will play Barker's. We'll have a quick look at the schedule just to confirm that Poolkabouter is scheduled to play Christian, I think it is, on Monday.
Didn't he forfeit his first match?
I don't know. I haven't a clue.
I think he did.
and then there's that match with his Eric. Let's scroll in the lobby to find the bank pool one. Where's it? Right, that's the one I'm looking for.
Spoke about it while he won his first one with a forfeit by Maisie Dizzle, and then he forfeited to El Rossi.
Right, so the only matches on schedule on the bank pool tournament is one between Mr. Sharkey and Bankster, and that goes ahead tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And on the bracket, because this is the first time I've looked at the bracket, I think, in this, we've got Albinario through to round 3 on that. Who did he beat? Casino Jim. And then further down we have Cobra to play LS3. That's going to be interesting. And further down again, Stubb is through to play, or waiting on. Stubb's through to play. Oh dear. Oh, that's going to be a war of attrition between Stubb and Slim. Do you think Slim's going to be far too clever for Stubb in that match, Steve? Thanks, Steve.
You know, I'd favor Slim in that match. You know, because he banks pretty good, and but again, you know, it's like how much bank pool has he played? I think he's got an advantage because he plays one pocket, but you know, bank pool is not one pocket. I mean, some of the things from one pocket will help you. It's really when you start hitting balls at different speeds, trying to predict the cue ball, it changes the bank shot. So you really have to be used to doing that to be successful. And if you hit the banks in a way that you're most comfortable with, then you probably are not going to control the cue ball that well most times. So it's. I don't think Slim's going to be a great bank pool player at this point, but he's probably got more knowledge than Stubb, so it'll be interesting.
I didn't know that Acero had played Tommy. Acero beat Tommy 6 racks to 5, so Acero, from presumably still Japan, is scheduled to play Bedhead, so there's going to be a time zone difference there.
That'll be interesting. I mean, Tommy, I'm sure Tommy was no slouch in banks.
Well, there's some matches there I would like to see on the bank pool tournament. Right, so that is it for tonight, folks. Unless Steve's got anything else he wants to say.
No,
I'm going to head for a coffee, and thanks to Steve for his company again. Well done to Mr. Fox surviving, and we will see you again soon. So whatever matches are coming up, it'll either be Slim or myself, just depending how they fall. The next one that is scheduled is the one with, is it Rossi or El Rossi? I don't know what his name is, but that one's at 1 AM in the morning my time, so that's obviously prime time, sort of 6 in the evening or something, East Coast. No, sorry, 8 in the evening, is it? Somebody will work that out. It's like 5 hours time difference East Coast, but Slim's going to cover that, and I'll be able to watch it at some point in the next day. So with that, I'm going to say thanks all again for joining us. Thanks for joining Slim, and I'll bid you good night, and we'll see you again soon, folks.
All right, good night, guys.
See you later.